I believe that this is available throughout Atlantic Canada at this point, and it's Jacqueline and Brendan from Stardust Music, who brought you the Up Periscope compilation. This is their new little music newspaper, and I read it from cover to cover. It's excellent. It's really, really good, and congratulations to you two. So, without further ado, here is the 1 hour Sloan special here on Much East. Do not change that dial.
Hey you, you've been around for a while. If you admit that you were wrong, then we'll admit that we're right. Hey you, come along for the ride. We'll hit the money city that takes us all night.
3 of us now live in Toronto, so it was just kind of made more sense that we would do it in Toronto over Christmas. What's wrong?
Well, it's just funny. 3 of us now live in Toronto, except me.
Except me.
Has your approach to making records, Peter, has that changed at all?
Well, we had a new member this time. We had Andrew Scott.
Who was actually there.
We were all actually there this time, which was good. I don't know if it changed that much. But it was pretty similar to the last record. We just went in for a week here, a week there, took some time off in between just to be able to let things, whatever, just to listen to things and we weren't under any real time constraint. You know, we did have deadlines that we set for ourselves, but I think we came in under those deadlines.
Go ahead, baby, tell me, baby. Go ahead and tell me now. Ooh, go ahead and tell that the reason I want you to stay is the reason even I don't know.
Although we did some of these songs live, we did tour them. Maybe we did like 5 songs on our last American tour, so that helped to work those out a little bit. We weren't completely unprepared, but we had a lot more songs that ended up on the record. And then
Patrick's really he's comfortable. Mike, I gotta say, it's nice to be telling the story on Much East here, where you don't have to go right back to the beginning and say, well, we put out a record in 1992, because the show, people kind of know the beginning of the story, and we can just pick up where we left off.
Well, that's kind of,
thank you very much.
Well, not a problem.
Hide yourself away. Shine, don't hide yourself away.
This record sees us coming off the success of One Chord to Another.
That's right.
1996 is One Chord to Another. So we've been an active band ever since. When we made One Chord to Another, we hadn't been writing together since we last jammed together sometime in late '92. We had more than enough this time. On One Chord to Another, I think we had 13 songs we recorded, and we used 12. And this time, I think we did bed tracks for about 20 some songs. And then all of them, which were mine, were deleted.
Which brings me around to the next question. Like, I mean, the songs on the record are credited to the whole band.
Right.
Yeah.
Although, obviously, you know, if you know the writing at all, you can pretty much tell whose songs are what. Is it a matter of making sure that everybody gets their so-called couple of songs on the record?
Sorry, what I meant to say, all the songs that were left off, which were the band's, yeah, all the songs that have been attributed to Sloan, we've done that the whole time. That's our thing. That's to invest in the band. And but yeah, everybody has to be represented. Jay came huffing and puffing in with 2, and but he did. You know, he would probably argue that I didn't do enough editing myself. I came in with 10. I was trying to write the words for one and then the chords to another or something. So I should have come in with 4 and had the lyrics figured out before I got there.
no, whatever, I don't know.
But
Because I came in with 6, and I did 6, but then I dropped 2 because there wasn't. You also want to have a balance between, you know, rockers and slower, quieter, and piano. You don't want too much piano. You don't want too much electric guitar. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think all mine, the 2 that I left off were rockers, and I had enough rockers, and so did, you know, the record had enough. So, and I think it was a bit of that with you as well.
that's right. And also, again, nobody wants. Patrick and I got the most this time. I usually get the most, but you don't want to be too cartoonish. Patrick has the rockers. Had he put all of those on, he would have just been had all these rockers.
Yeah, and they weren't that good either.
But he has a sensitive side too. Why don't you tell them about your sensitive side?
Well, no.
We have a bunch of songs left over, and Mike, I think what we might do is put them out later.
Well, that was another question. Yeah.
They didn't really get finished. Patrick's all
mine
pretty
are
much fully
finished.
realized, and mine all kind of went the wayside because I was way behind in lyrics, and I was trying to make a video for the inbreds, and I was trying to make.
I was trying to do all this stuff, but I just couldn't get to my record.
I had
Couldn't get to your main career?
I had a charity function, and I had to.
Yeah, the disease that he was trying to get rid of.
Yeah. And all I had to do to cure it was wear tight biker shorts.
I mean, I consider us, in many ways, to be like average people. You know, we like rock music. We're not really specifically into one style of music, meaning alternative music or whatever. I don't. That is where we start. Stop doing that. I'm trying to say.
I'm trying to jump in, but I don't know what you're talking about. We're just average people. You know, we like maybe we hate Brussels sprouts, and maybe you do too at home. We're just country folk.
No, but I had a point to begin with.
I'm sorry. I'm.
Oh man.
Commercial.
No, you go deeper than your beauty. You go well above and beyond. But Call of Duty to your country and your school, but I grew up too cool. I'm like the rest of them without thumbs up asses. If you call, I will come, but I'm about as quick as molasses.
Our record has been getting the hard rock tag, even though I would say.
Has it?
It has, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
You
mainly
joking?
because of the single. Are you serious? Am I explaining this?
Well, I can't admit, well,
It does have.
I've heard that sort of toss-away line, oh yeah, this is Sloan's hard rock record or
Right.
something, but if you listen to
People-
the record for 5 minutes,
Yeah,
I mean,
you know it's not. I know,
it's
but
not
people
hard
have been
rock
saying that.
I think the people who have been saying that, if you listen for 3 minutes, you'll think, oh yeah, but if you listen for a little bit more, you'll realize.
It's just the same old crap.
That's right. SOS. Same old crap.
Everybody knows that she's going nowhere. Everybody always tells her how much they care, but all they really care about is growing their hair and getting it cut. And way out there, she don't know what it means. She just knows that it's not what it seems.
We've been pretty involved with everything. I would say that when we made Smeared, our first record, 92, 93 for all you much East American viewers, and we some like the artwork was kind of done. You know, I took the picture on the cover, but it was put together by someone in LA, and so I find it whatever. To me, if you look at Smeared, take out your copy of Smeared at home. Take it out and look at the copy. It's got a picture of a woman through
kinda
about 6 or
smeared.
7 pictures of her gradually becoming more and more smeared.
We weren't in on that.
I was not involved with that, and actually, we just reissued Twice Removed and Smeared on Murder Records in Canada, and the artwork on Twice Removed is the exact same. I had to change the tray card, but I tried to make it as close to the same as possible. But the inside, I took that woman being smeared out, even though I had
Twice removed.
of Smeared. Let me just finish
Did
this.
he not say it's twice removed?
Well, Twice Removed, I left it the same, but on Smeared.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening, but I thought I'd
Oh,
interrupt
really?
anyway.
But on Smeared, I took all Patrick's so-and-so.
Come on, come on, come on. We're gonna get started. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The only thing that's left to do is cure the broken hearted. Yeah, yeah. Come on, come on, come on. We're gonna get started. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The only thing that's left to do is cure the broken hearted.
We were on Intimate Interactive, which if you watched, with your mute button on, I hope you enjoyed. our album art and our video all had a sort of consistent look. So I was really happy that we had that kind of consistency instead of just dog's breakfast sort of thing. But again, we were cracking the whip, but a guy put it together. A guy helped us. His name was Lee Towndrow at Animus Media Design, and he's a guy. He looks like Puff Daddy, except he's white. He looks exactly like Puff Daddy.
I can't imagine doing another record where all the ducks are so completely in a row. You know, you got an I the day the record's released. You got 4 different covers of Chart magazine. You know, you got all of that stuff.
We're doing
together.
Edge Fest this summer.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, we are pretty. Yeah, we were more prepared this time than the last one. The last record, or than any other record, the last one we made it, and we weren't even feeling officially a band until halfway through making the record, and then it was like, well, are you going to tour or not? We didn't know, so it's just, you know, it came out. We'll put it out, see what happens. Did a video, then we ended up doing a lot more than we had planned to, but we were fine with that. We were comfortable. So when we went to do this record, we were really into setting it all up properly. Chris and I have just started, we're just finishing today a cross-country promo tour, and we are, you know, as I said, doing various promotional activities, which
He's giggling about. You giggler. He's always giggling. I've never seen him smile in my life.
Anyway, yeah, we're real
Hey,
set
someone's
up.
taking a picture.
We're right set up.
Do your picture face.
I can't do it.
She was underwhelmed if that's a word. No, it's not, 'cause I looked it up. It's one of the skills that I learned in my school. I was overwhelmed and sure of that one, 'cause I learned it back in grade school when I was young.
Hang on. Did you love it? Yeah. Not only that, but all the normal people that work on the telephones in the office, you have chased them out. You can hear the phones. They're just ringing now. You chased them out completely and cleaned out the cosmic congestion in my soul. I feel so much better now. Clean the gum off your face.
What do you... Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I always sort of got the impression in the past that, you know, maybe the band wasn't taking itself as seriously as possibly they should.
I think that we are a little more interested in just giving this record a real fair chance, you know what I mean? Like, not shooting ourselves in the foot by being too cool or something, and also not, I mean, you risk, it's a fine line, you don't want to step over it and become, you know, what would you call it, like, gross. In terms of touring, I think that in Canada we tour appropriately.
We're definitely not the type of band that... a lot of bands are in the unfortunate position of, you know, it's just like, rent's due, let's hit the road. And we don't... We try to keep the money a little bit above zero, so it eventually gets to zero and all, but usually it's planned so that then we have to tour then. But I feel, whatever, we're really lucky, and because of that, hopefully, we drove ourselves crazy touring in '93, and it wasn't even like, a lot of bands tour way more than us. Like, we toured with the Irish Descendants for a while, opening for them, and we played 400 shows a year.
are different definitions of bands. You know, I don't think that just because you play in a rock band, you have to always be on the road.
Right.
I mean, I think for us, it's more, we're more of not a studio band, but we like the studio. We like to write songs. Our songs are quite different on record than they are when we play live, and that's not just because we don't know how to play them. All right. It's also because
They're related.
It is a little bit. It is related, but you know.
We have people that like one side or the other sometimes. Like, I love your records, but whatever. Or they don't say you guys stink live or anything, but there's some people who are like, you guys rock live and your records are really fruity or whatever. So, I mean, and yeah, that's all within my nuclear family.
I also think that, and this is kind of unfortunate, but sometimes, although, when was the last time we played in Halifax? Was it the...
It was a short set at the On Music Festival in September.
See, that was horrible.
Comes a time it catches up, they no matter back their backs, take up to another place, start from scratch.
We played here at the Guinness Room before that. I think that was pretty good.
That was an excellent show.
So shut up.
We played Camaros. That was good.
There are those who live their life afraid of consequences, so they learn to sit on fences and they can't step on toes. My heart goes out to those right under my nose.
Where we really have to go is St. John's, because we blew them out. I don't even know why that was.
It was because Andrew got sick.
Andrew got sick.
Oh, right.
No, he was actually.
I'm just kidding. He was.
That's the
He
first time
was.
we've ever done anything like that,
Yeah.
where we had to blow out a show.
But we haven't been there for. We went to Corner Brook for Snow Job, which doesn't count, and we have to go back.
Yeah.
well,
And you're coming with us, Mike.
I am coming.
I heard
I
you
know
got in a
that-
bit of trouble yourself, shooting your mouth off.
That's right. That's right. Never say something's going to happen until you're there. I should have just kept my mouth shut about the big Sloan special.
I know that we will be officially touring Canada in October, and it is our plan to hit everywhere, you know, and start in Newfoundland and go to Victoria. But we'll see what happens there. We'll probably get talked out of that.
Well, you know, I mean, by then the record will probably be at least platinum, probably double platinum,
Probably
and then
triple.
you'll be looking at arenas. That'll be a whole other kettle of fish.
If it's double platinum, I'll add my own beta cam.
I mean, it's a sort of a critics thing, I suppose. Well, critics and I guess people in the music industry in Canada. It's kind of a nice compliment to know that people like the records that you make, and we're just making records sort of for ourselves, and the fact that other people like them. Sounds like a pretty bland answer, I know, but I do think it's sort of cool. It's something to show, you know, your mom and your relatives to make it look like you're doing something. It's a little ludicrous too, just, you know, being above Blue by Joni Mitchell and like Harvest and After the Gold Rush. But yeah,
we want to demonstrate that we have the perfect balance of graciousness. Oh, thank you, but not too much like, yeah, you know what I mean? That balance. What do you call that? That balance.
I call it balance.
She's running down much faster. Home base is around the corner. All she can hear is laughter. That's all that's in store for her.
All right, we've been joined by somebody. Why don't you do the introductions first, please?
Okay.
Well, unbeknownst to us, that would be Pat Murphy, Pat Pentlin, and Patty Pentlin.
So we got a lot of Pats at the table.
Yeah, I'll have the pad thai.
She was feeling pretty apathetic. Come sweet, get me. Come sweet, get me.
This is you're doing Campbell, and
We got a problem here.
yeah, we got a problem. I think there's one Diane Scott at home right now.
Going a little crazy.
We're going a little nuts. Why?
Where am I?
Do an impersonation of Diane.
No, I certainly will not. She'd love to be here. She's
Actually,
so
Diane, we've had on
proud.
before.
That's right.
The party record thing.
That's
My
right.
mother's 2 for 2. And is this your debut?
This is my debut.
basically, to this day, are constantly bugged about getting day jobs, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was no support at all until the green stuff came in. I've got that.
Have you got
This is such a lie.
Here's my. This is the only reason that there's any. Actually, this belongs to the band.
It's not even his.
Don't hold that up too long. We could read the numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, we've always had great support from our families.
There were drums, and there were the guitars, and there were...
Big speakers are still there.
The
Big
speakers are
bins.
still there.
Well, I do, but they got there in 1995.
No, they got there in 1965.
Oh yeah, well
That's right,
my
Fred.
father, who isn't here, he's in Africa, played for years as well, and so there's what?
I thought you went Africa.
No. And there's just anyway, so that influence was there for me the whole time. Although he was forcing me to play saxophone for a while, and it was only because he owned 3 and he didn't want to buy a guitar. Although the guitar that my father first gave me to play on, which was his guitar, was from like the 40s, I used on this new record.
With support all around him like a fence or a drink, he realizes the sadness that now he must begin to think. To filter his energy upon losses and pain. He should think of the restful, the peaceful, or the gain.
The first Underwhelmed video was shot in our basement. I remember Joe giving you
Who's Joe?
$600.
For the people at home.
Joe, Chris's dad, gave him $600.
Who's in Asia?
Well, did you guys ever think that,
Maybe not
it was
82.
actually going to get to the point where you wouldn't have to worry about them necessarily?
Honestly, I didn't.
Did
Not in the beginning. You remember when you were first
Are we
talking
doing an
about Sloan?
expose? Because I can remember some quotes.
Like what?
What?
Well, like someone wasn't very interested in school anymore, and someone else thought that maybe, Chris, we think it's great that you have the hobby, but you're not. I don't know what your example would have been. You're not Segovia, and therefore maybe you should drop it, or whatever, and start thinking about school. Which, to all the kids at home, we all have our degrees, by the way. So, but how you doing? But we've been supported the whole time. I quit.
I taught you first 6 guitar chords.
That's right. Mom taught me Back in Black, but she taught me she's A minor instead of A major. Yeah, but
Well,
she
I
won't
did the best
she doesn't
I
like
could.
any Brian Johnson stuff. She's just a pure Bon Scott fan.
That's a good thing. So have you guys somehow traveled to catch the big Edge Fest shows where there's going to be like 50,000 people?
Oh, I don't know. I really
you were
don't
at the
know.
Varsity show.
I
Oh,
went specifically to Toronto a year ago Easter to see the Varsity the show at Varsity Arena. And, it was such fun because all the kids were singing along with the words.
Jiving.
And, yeah, jiving and snapping their fingers like the old moms think they should be. It was wonderful.
Adjusting their
experience.
berets. Who's coughing at the beginning of the record?
Oh, there's a big discussion about that. I think it's Christopher. Diane's up. Scott says it's definitely Andrew.
I thought it was sampled off that Black Sabbath album.
Well,
That's kind of the reference,
yeah.
but it's actually old Wheezy over here.
It's me.
The whole lung problem here.
And Patty, you have a favorite song on the record?
Not really.
Money City Maniacs.
I just want to hear you say that out loud.
Maniacs?
Money City Maniacs.
She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know the name
I'm
of it.
not good on words. I just know the music. I
Yeah,
like
me
the
either.
song. If I can talk, I use it.
Let's see a little sample that.
I was painting my dining room, right? I have it on cranked up, And I'm
Right.
painting and going like this, and my dog is going, oh, here she goes again. Do I have to listen to her?
You should see the paint job. It's just all over the place. All the furniture. And
There it is right here. Here's a little microcosm. I'm trying to get, trying to recreate the picture from the back of Zeppelin 1.
Right.
I would be John Bonham.
Yeah.
And Andrew Swaz the Plant, whatever. So we did that tonight. So officially the mustache's job is done.
Baby
Just
pictures.
teasing.
Yes, I know, but you never know. Maybe we have one shot cleared by Chris.
Right.
This is Jay Ferguson circa 95.
It's Chris, but he's wearing Jay's outfit from Chart Magazine.
That's enough for you
Oh
guys.
no, this was good actually.
We're very big fans.
Yes.
We're very proud and
Very proud.
The real
Pride
story
takes too much
after
credit.
they're out of the
we
shot.
admire them so much.
Whatever. Yeah, okay. No, actually, we get a lot of support. It's almost too much. Oh, tell the story about the goat.
No. No, we can't tell the story about the goat.
No goat story.
No goat story.
Okay, well, thank everybody for showing up and being in our little interview. This is great. And,
Thank you.
You know, of course, we'll see you two in the bars.
Thanks.